What's up, YouTube? Born in Asphodel Meadow here. I'd like to share with you guys a revelation I've had over the last little while. Many of you know I haven't been here the last couple of weeks. None of you actually know why. I've actually had some really deep thoughts I've had to go through recently. And I've come to a decision, and I'd like to tell you guys about it. And I know a lot of people aren't going to be happy with this. But I know a lot of people are. A lot of people are going to respect me for this. A lot of people are going to be much happier now that I'm back to where I was when I was happy. There was once a time, many years ago, when I held a certain belief. This belief, it was beautiful. It was perfect. I'm so sad that I didn't see it at the time. I can't believe I've wasted so many years away from it. Just totally unconnected with what I knew I always believed here, like some of you may say that I never didn't believe in it. There was a time when I didn't believe, and it shook me to the core. It made my entire life an abyss of nothingness and indifference and apathy, and I could never explain why until now, but now I know. There are many people who would probably want to argue the statement I'm about to make, saying it's there are intellectual arguments against it, that it's implausible, it's not right, but these people are stupid because we know, the people who believe this, we know that we're right. We know in our hearts, because we can feel it in our entire beings, in our minds, our bodies, and our souls, that we are correct. We're not walking in a dark hallway. We're following a beautiful, brilliant light, okay? We all know that Santa Claus is real. Being a Santa Claus atheist, as I was until only recently, I realized that there's no real way to judge anything as right or wrong if it doesn't get you presents from Santa Claus, Like, I used to think when I was young that hitting my sister was wrong or being mean to my sister was wrong. But when I became a Santa Claus atheist, I realized that it's not objectively wrong. There's nothing actually wrong with it. It's just arbitrary. And therefore, there is absolutely no problem with me beating my sister senseless. But now I see that even though I didn't believe in Santa, Santa believed in me. And he's reached out to me with his jolly belly and his ho-ho-hos, and he's found me again. And I'm so happy, because now I will never hit my sister again, because I know that if I do, I'll get coal. But again, many of you out there, my viewers, are Santa Claus atheists, like I once was. I don't really know how to say this, but seeing as how I've been a part of your belief, I know that you are all absolutely and incontrovertibly wrong. Because you can't prove that Santa isn't real. He could be at the North Pole. Or the South Pole. We haven't checked there yet. Maybe it was a mistranslation in the Santa scripture. But you see, Santa has to be real. Because if Santa's not real, who keeps putting presents under my tree every Christmas? I've never met a Santa Claus atheist who could explain that to me. I've never heard a Santa Claus atheist justify why they are naughty or nice with anything less than completely arbitrary, I like vanilla, you like rocky road rules. Because it's all false. No Santa Claus atheist can possibly give us any good reason why we shouldn't go and hit our younger siblings. But Santa can. Santa is the light. He's the way. You know why? Because he'll give you fucking presents. There was a time recently when I went through a deep depression because I somehow got it into my head that there was no Santa, and my parents were the ones giving me presents, but I know now that's impossible. And that there was no reason for me to be naughty or nice. I didn't even believe in his list, especially not that he checked it twice. There was a time when I was contemplating committing suicide because I was worried that Santa would never give me a present again. But now I know. ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, that Santa will give me more presents. Why? Because I'm now nice. I'm not saying that you Santa Claus atheists aren't nice, or that you will get coal in your stockings, but I'm just saying Santa's real, and he's watching you, and he will definitely mark you down as naughty if you don't believe in him. And since I've found Santa again, I no longer have these depressions. I no longer have these thoughts of suicide. Because I know that if I kill myself, I'll never get another present from Santa Claus. I know that if I'm naughty and I hit my sister, then I won't get any presents. I'll get coal. And even though many will say it's impossible, or at least implausible, that one fat old man can fly around the world with a bunch of reindeer on a sleigh in one night, giving presents to every kid whose parents want them to have presents on that specific day of the year, and somehow knows what they want, and is omnisciently aware of all the bad and good things that they do during the year. Many will say that's implausible, but I say that they can't prove Santa's not real. He could be in the North Pole. He could be able to do those things. And so, since I've found him again, I feel happy. I do. I feel content to know that it doesn't matter what you know. It doesn't matter what evidence you have for what you think you know. It doesn't matter if your evidence makes sense or if it's logical. It doesn't matter if you're using fallacies in your speech when you're talking about it. It doesn't matter if if the entire thing is contingent within itself. It doesn't matter if there are inconsistencies in it that you haven't ironed out before just diving into it head first. It doesn't matter if I've never consulted an expert on the subject. It doesn't matter if I've ever, used a good argument for my cause. It doesn't matter if I ignore every other good argument that's put against me just for the sake of my own emotional satisfaction. It doesn't matter if many people say that what I believe is just a ridiculous, childish fairy tale that I was expected to grow out of with age, but it turns out I never did. Because ultimately, I'm still getting presents.